Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Salandria and here on my channel I'm going to be talking a lot about self-love, self-care, self-concept, and using the higher vibrations of self-love to call in the realities that you really desire. So today I really want to talk about using the higher frequencies as not necessarily a vehicle to how do I explain it? Using the higher frequencies not to speed up manifestation, but to really create major ripples of change in your life. So when I say higher vibrations, I mean feelings of course, gratitude, feelings of love, feelings of bliss, feelings of appreciation. I typically work with gratitude, love, and bliss. Those are the three that I work with. But there's this thing that happens. Sometimes you need to create a conscious interruption in your life, right? So you have your nervous system that's basically, running on autopilot. The same kind of emotions and feelings, the same cues are always being hit. So when you create a conscious interruption, to me, this is when you are going in and deciding to feel another feeling than what you're used to feeling. But what that does is it kind of stops that repetitive cycle of those same emotions over and over and over again. So, for example, most mornings, I wanted to say every morning, but that's not true. Most mornings, a lot of mornings, I like to start my day where I'll just sit in the feeling of love for a minute, or I'll just sit in the feeling of bliss, or I'll just sit in gratitude, or I'll transfer, I'll say gratitude and then I'll go love and then I'll go bliss or then I'll go appreciation. And what I have noticed just in my whole entire makeup in my being and my nervous system, it has changed so much, and it's only the beginning of the change. Do you understand? So just to hold that vibration, especially when you don't hold it often, you can almost feel it struggle to maintain. You know what I'm saying? So when I first started to just sit and feel the feelings of love, I can do gratitude quite easily, but when I started to first sit and just feel the feelings, just bask in love, I am love, I would say that to myself over and over while I'm feeling it, envisioning it, shining through my cells, and my cells are love. That was difficult. My body was literally tensing. There were parts and places of myself that I had never been. So when I'm trying to expand love through all of me, I'm wincing and it's ugh, I can't get it all the way through. So, but just it doesn't hurt, but you just feel your body freeze because it doesn't really, it's whoa, what is this? And why are you trying to go places you don't normally go? What's going on? So it was a little I don't want to say difficult, but I'll say challenging but I enjoyed the challenge because I'm is this, at the time I wasn't fully sure. I'm is this just how the vibration of love feels? It's so much you can't handle it? Or is it that I'm just so not used to it? It's expanding me to a place that I'm sort of uncomfortable with. And it was the latter one. It was expanding me beyond where I was comfortable. Another one that I do now is bliss, but doing the love so much has now allowed me to feel bliss. And so there's this new comfort zone literally in my entire being that my nervous system has gotten used to now, simply from me just taking a couple of minutes in the morning, taking a couple of minutes just during the day. You can do it on your lunch break, you can do it in the shower. It doesn't have to be long, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Sometimes it feels so good you want to sit in there for 10 minutes. But when you create that conscious interruption, you're running on autopilot. Your body's running on autopilot. Everything is just continuing the same old cycle over and over. You're filtering the same old thoughts over and over and over again. And so affirmation is good because affirmation allows us to kind of bring in a new bring in new thoughts, which brings in new emotions, which brings in new neural pathways and all of those things. But for me, a way that I think is actually easier is just to like take a couple minutes and just sit in the feeling of love. If you want to say I am love, go ahead. I put like a little bit of affirmation. Like if I feel like I'm not embodying the feeling enough, or if I feel like I want to like make it bigger, then I'll just repeat, I am love, I am love, I am love. I am bliss, I am bliss. And I'll repeat it. And as I repeat it, I feel like I can feel that feeling growing even bigger inside of me. But what I have noticed is that that is one of the tools. That's not the only tool, but that is a huge tool that has really helped me to calm my nervous system. I used to kind of sort of still, but overcoming now, a lot of chronic pain. I was completely disconnected, disassociated from my body. Now I'm like back in it, and it's just like I think I say gratitude now so much just for the fact that I'm like back in tandem with my body, because I cannot remember. I had a lot of childhood trauma, sexual abuse, all of these things, and like super tied up into that good girl syndrome. So I wouldn't allow myself to like do anything that like seemed sort of bad. And I just held myself really tight. Like one thing I can remember when I was in middle school, I was walking up the stairs, and my best friend at the time, we were like walking up the stairs, you know, your friends be playing with you. And I was walking in front of her, and she like smacked me on my butt. And she was like, oh my God, why is your butt so tight? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, it's so tight. What I didn't realize is that I was like walking around constantly clenching my body, like there was a constant hold in my body somewhere. And to release that hold was like so scary to me. That was like the scariest thing, because I guess that was like the little bit of control that I had in my life. So to release that clench was like, huh? So, but through the practicing and like doing it with those higher vibrations of love and doing it with the higher vibration of gratitude, like you kind of can't help but to ease into it because it feels so good. And then you really start to just feel it. Like I can feel it kind of envelop me. I can feel it put me in a vacuum. I can experience it like throughout my day. So like I said, I don't want to specifically say that it's a manifestation tool. You could absolutely use it as a manifestation tool, but I'm really more so focused on like the true internal healing and resolution, because I feel like when you do that, manifestation is like, duh, you manifest anyways. So why don't I just go through and just heal and resolve all of these things that are blocking the manifestation that naturally wants to happen? That's my approach. So when you just sit in the feeling, you create these gaps in your pattern. You create all of these different gaps. And over time, those gaps accumulate, and you begin to invite a whole new energy into your aura. You literally like transform your nervous system. This is not, I haven't proven it scientifically, but I'm just telling you what I felt in my body, because there were parts of my body that I was blocked off from. Like that's a fact, is what I'm trying to say. There were parts of my body that I was literally disconnected, blocked off, couldn't go, because those were places that I was storing trauma. And so I also did my trauma work, but another way. It's like, instead of having to sit there and do shadow work all the time, you can start creating these conscious interruptions of the energies that you want to feel all the time. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel gratitude all the time. I do feel gratitude a lot, but I would love to feel it all the time. I would love to feel appreciation all the time. I would love to feel loved and carried and safe and held. And so I just go close my eyes for a minute, place my hands on my heart, or I don't, whatever, and just consciously feel the feeling, because the more you do that, the more you change your pattern. And it's easy, it's simple, you don't have to tell anybody you're doing it, and you see results fairly quickly if you're continuously doing it and you're paying attention to yourself. They're subtle, but they're subtle shifts that make a world of a difference. It's just a little subtlety that changes everything. So that's just my tip from me to you about using these higher energies, frequencies, vibrations, emotions to start transforming your whole entire auric field, to start transforming just who you are altogether. It's powerful, it feels good, it's easy, and you see little things. You do see manifestation when you do it. You do. You absolutely do. People give you things for free, or people are just nicer, or the birds are like really close to you, like little things where you can tell, like, the universe, are you trying to talk to me or something? But it's because you're getting back into that divine flow. So that is my little tip and trick for y'all. I hope that it has helped you. If it has, please comment below and let me know. Please like the video, share only if you feel called to, and subscribe absolutely if you aren't. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. And yeah, I appreciate you for your time. If you got to the end of the video, follow me on Instagram,